Hello, welcome to another PvP practical. Today I want to talk about kite against kite matchups, and we will take a look at kiting Ishkur against kiting Kikimora. So you can see the Ishkur feed on the screen. It's micro warp drive, warp disruptor, tracking disruptor, and car booster in medium slots, 150 rails in high slots, and ADC, small ancillary rep, and nano in low slots. The rigs are one polycarbon and one locus rig. So the first thing that you typically want to think about when you engage in kite against kite is effective DPS ranges, and this will define your positioning for the fight. So before we look at this fight, let's think about the effective range of Kikimora. Kikimora, let's say this is the Kikimora. Kikimora with the longest range ammo has the range of approximately 45 kilometers. And in general, when you fight in the assault frigate against the Kikimora, you cannot really stay in the DPS range because tank and DPS of Kikimora is simply much higher when tank and DPS of assault frigate is just a better kiting ship. But here I have the tracking disruptor, which changes the math slightly and makes this matchup actually engageable. So when you apply tracking disruptor on the Kikimora, the range of Kikimora will drop to about 24 kilometers, and with the longest ammo, that is. And generally it gives you about 4 kilometers of breathing room between the DPS range of a Kikimora and your tackle range, which is 28 kilometers with Tech 2 Warp Disruptor. So you cannot really survive here because Kikimora, even under Tracking Disruptor, will just out DPS you. But you can kind of dip in and out of a DPS range and then back in and out of DPS range, reset the spool, and apply some DPS with your guns and with your drones. And hopefully there will be some point where you feel like you will win the DPS race, and when if you can reach this point, you can actually commit and just tank the remaining damage and secure the kill. Of course, it requires some cooperation from the Kikimora because this is really a tiny range. Most likely you will not be able to keep the Kikimora tackled all the time, but at least this is something you can play. So let's see how this fight will play out. Immediately, a first trick that you should know and use pretty often when you engage a pilot that looks like an experienced PvP pilot, and this pilot is in objectively stronger ship, and Kikimora is objectively a bit stronger ship when the kiting Ishkur, you don't really have to go for the tackle immediately. You can just apply some DPS, maybe run around and get a better sense of a fit. Kikimoras can be fitted in different ways. So yes, micro drive shield is the most important, but there are others as well. So this is what I do. I just drop the drones when I burn away from the DPS range of Kikimora, and I do not reveal for now anything about my feed. Well, it's clear that I'm most likely the kiting rail feed. He can actually look at the model of my ship and see that, but he does not know that I have a tracking disruptor yet, which is actually a very crucial module here. I do not reveal the tracking disruptor for now. So I drop my drones, I just burn around the Kikimora, and here I get a very important bit of information. So I can pause here. So we can see that this is not a shield tanking Kikimora, because you cannot drop shield tanking Kikimora this low this quickly. And second, what we can see is that this is a 10 mn Kikimora. So just look at the velocity. I will run the video again. You will see the acceleration, it just keeps going up and up and up and very slowly. This is an indicator that this is a overprop Kikimora. This is not a micro warp drive, this is an overprop. And against overprop, you have a win condition, a pretty reliable win condition, which just relies on the appropriate positioning. So this is what you do. You position yourself in this way. This is the movement vector of a Kikimora, and your movement vector should be parallel to his movement vector. And you keep the distance between you above the DPS range. The DPS range is approximately 24 kilometers under tracking disruptor, but it should be closer than the tackle range. The tackle range will typically be 28 kilometers hit at Tech 2, but since I have links, I can go like 30 plus. And the idea here is that since it's overprop Kikimora with horrible agility, it cannot really maneuver around. So he is committed to this movement vector. And it means that if I position myself correctly, this distance will stay the same for the future. So we will just keep burning in parallel lines. And the distance will stay at approximately, well, I should like target approximately like 26, 28 kilometers ideally, but it's just quite difficult. And you just wait until you win the DPS race. And once you win the DPS race, you commit and finish him off. So this is what I will try to do in this fight. Right now I'm a bit too far, 44 kilometers is a bit too much, so I move a bit closer, but not too close. You need to do some manual piloting, manual clicking. And 24 kilometers, 24, 25 kilometers is perfect, so I just stabilize here. It means that he still cannot DPS me, because under tracking disruptor he just does not have effective range here, but I can keep him tackled. So even if he is aligned somewhere, I will not drop a point anymore. And this is all good. And now the final piece of precision that is required to get the kill. Notice that his speed is extremely fast. Typically 10 mn Kikimoras without drugs or implants, they go approximately 2.8 to 3k heated, and this Kikimora goes 4.3, which means that he has at least mid-grade snakes and some event boosters as well. Here the problem is that my top speed with micro warp drive, even with skirmish links, is only 4000 flat. And for now I can kind of keep up. I'm only 300 meters per second slower, but once my links run out, I will have to hit. And my point will become significantly shorter as well. So I need to commit when my links run out. I do not need to sleep over this moment. So I have just maybe like 10 seconds of links remaining. For now, I just maintain this position. And here, for the next cycle, I will not have the links. So I hit for the next cycle my micro warp drive. I will, yes, move it back a bit. So this cycle, you can see what I preheated my MWD. My links run out, but this cycle will work, and for the next cycle I should hit it. Actually, I moved even close enough to do that. So now just commit, because I cannot stay at the same position anymore, because I don't have links and I'm too slow. You can see I'm only 3.3 without hit against 4.3. So I commit. He switches damage a bit too slow on my ship, but it doesn't really matter because I still have ADC available. And here I just hit ADC and make sure that I secure the kill with hitted MWD and tackle. And yeah, I managed to finish him off. So this is a pretty tricky fight, and many fights, kite against kite, similar to this. You need to position yourself very well on grid. And I hope you find it useful, and I will see you in the next practical.